What's going on, guys? I'm Renegade, and this beautiful car here is my 1987 Volvo 245. I'll trip on things. Now, I know you're all expecting me to do a video now on the wiring swap, how it's coming along. I'll show you. Yep, it's a mess. It's a giant mess in here, guys. The fuse box is in. And the majority of the wires have been run and installed for the new ignition system. It's very time-consuming work, but I'm almost done. Now you're actually going to get to see all of that next week, I hope. I'm going to go inside, I'm going to explain this. Alright. The reason it's taking so long is, one, it's very tedious, time-consuming work. Two, frankly, it is cold out. And as you can see, I don't have a garage to work in. This has been part of the problem of what I've done for years and years and years. I don't have a garage that I can actually work in. I'm working outside, and that changes things dramatically. For instance, the last couple of days here in New Jersey, it has been reaching a high of like 26 degrees, and it's been windy. I mean, super windy. It actually blew the cover off of my sister's car. I think yesterday it was a high of 26 here, and we're talking like the warmest part of the day. But the wind made it feel like it was about 4 degrees. And it's been that way now for a few days. And unfortunately, I am very susceptible to cold, even more so after my little accident during the summer. So I haven't been able to get much done. Kind of sucks. I did actually have one day that I had to do some work. It was cold, it was windy, it was raining, and my girlfriend Stephanie's starter died on her 91 240. So I had to spend the day replacing the starter in a Walmart parking lot. The things we do for mechanical work. I'm sure part of something that a lot of people are wondering is, this is a big job. Did I bite off more than I can chew? No. It's just taking me longer to do. As I said, with the weather being what it is, and on top of everything else I'm trying to do, time is rough. But I'm still working on it, and it's not too much work to do. It's a lot of work, but it's not too much to do. It's actually pretty cool. The other day I got a message on Instagram from a guy who found my channel. He and I were talking for a little bit. He's planning on doing the same thing on his car, and he's looking at these videos as a bit of inspiration, which might sound like I'm tooting my own horn, but it's not. It's just, I really love to hear that me tackling these projects and showing you guys how to do it is an inspiration for you guys to do it. Either to do the same projects or to do something similar. That's why I do this channel. So, to that dude, thanks, man, and I got more video coming out soon. But to you guys, like, hey, I hope you can understand that this is very time consuming, and that because I'm not working in a garage, and temperatures and things like wind and weather, they're all a big contributing factor. And it sucks. In case you guys are just finding this and you haven't seen more of it, and there'll be a card above my head to the first video I did on this, as well as a link down in the playlist. Excuse me. As well as a link down in the description, and a link to the entire playlist for the Volvo that I've done. I took the entire wiring harness out of my car. I took the engine harness and I took the cabin harness out of the car. The reason is I'm switching to a different ignition system. My car had the LH 2.2 ignition system. I'm putting in the LH 2.4. The reason for that is I'm actually looking long term to a big project, a big upgrade, and something that I'm going to need that. Don't worry, you'll find out one of these days. In the process of doing this, I've learned a lot, and I learned what needs to be taken and what doesn't need to be taken. Basically, the engine harness and the cabin harness are two different harnesses, but they have a crossover, and the crossovers don't match. Like, you can't take the engine harness from an LH 2.2 and attach it to an LH 2.4. And you might need to, and you possibly could, but then you'd have to run extra wires and everything, and ugh. So you have to take both, because everything's routed differently. But I took that all out. I made sure that everything matched up. I added any of my extra accessories onto the harness so everything is nice and tight and tidy. I know that all my connections are good. That's what took a lot. That's what took a lot of time. But all worth it. So unfortunately, this weather thing just kicks my butt because I've got no choice but to work outside. Our garage, A, is a disaster, and B, it's actually not large enough to get a car into anyway. Maybe down the road, motorcycle I could get into, but not the car. So it is what it is. That's it. It's really a shame too, because I've got some cool projects coming up that I'm really hoping to do, and now I gotta sit here and wait for the weather. It's really the drawback of being a mechanic in a climate like this, where we do get cold. The fact that everything I do is kind of hinged on the weather until I have a garage to actually work on, or work in. You'd think by doing this for, like, you know, a couple years now I'd be better at speaking. No. Everything I do is, you know, reliant on the weather. It's really a shame because I got some cool projects coming up. You know, Steph just got her car, the 91 Volvo 245. Just like my car, except slightly newer. So a lot of the projects that I did on my car, I'm now going to redo on her car because they did make vast improvements. We've got a project coming up on that car that is going to be a big suspension upgrade, but at a budget cost. Unfortunately, again, I now need to wait for weather. Ugh. And obviously, like, the exhaust has got to be done, and down the road, there's a blower motor. Anybody that drives these cars and that works on these cars, just, yeah. Ooh, blower motor job. Ooh, it's like 6 hours. More stuff. Relying on the weather. Done later. I gotta wait. Oy. I hate waiting on weather. I really need a garage. One day. But for those of you who've been subscribed, and I'll thank you now for being subscribed, and if you're not already subscribed, please do hit subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified when I upload a new video, because I do have projects coming. I swear I do. And you know, I apologize for the wait if you're waiting on the second part of the Volvo wiring swap. It's coming. It's coming. It just hasn't gotten there yet. And truth be told, I actually have most of it done. There's only a few little things left to do. But man, that weather just kills you. So, yeah. If you're watching this and you're considering doing a wiring swap, please keep in mind that it is a big job. And it's very doable. And there are a few disconnects here and there that you can use to make the job easier. I will get more into that in my next video. But if you're watching these, please remember, it's a good hard job with a lot of work, but it's not so hard that it is undoable. So I think that's going to do it for me for today. It's going to be a short video, unfortunately, but I have to actually, I'm waiting on the weather to clear up so I could finish doing what I was doing, so I could shoot the video, so that I could edit the video, so I can get it up. What is my tomorrow now? Time travel through video editing. But it wasn't happening. I want to get something out to you guys, because I missed last week because weather. It's been so bloody cold, and I've been doing 16 million different things. I just haven't had time to do anything. So, I promise you, the next video of the wiring swap is coming up very soon. I actually have another video coming up very soon. It's going to be a little different. It's an interesting project that I took on, and I'm hoping you guys will dig that too. So please, stay tuned. I apologize for the wait, but I'm going to make sure it's all worth it. Till next time, guys, y'all keep rocking and rolling. I'm going to keep taking care of business and trying to stay warm and not freezing. I'll see you next one.